In this video, I'm going to give you a quick recap of all the technology we've looked at on the course and tell you when best to use it. So if we want to think about getting better grades, we want to get better grades in homework and we want to get better grades in exams. And there are some things that you have to do the same both in homework and exams. So first of all, you need to understand what the question is asking. And then with homework and exams, you need to get all your ideas down. You need to organise your ideas and then you need to refine and finesse them. Within homework, you need to do research. So you need to read through your class notes or textbooks or go on the internet. Whereas you're not able to do this research, but you have to do it from memory and recall when you are in an exam. And we don't look at memory or recall at all in this course. That's on my study skills course. But that's essentially, if we are writing essays, whether in homework or exams, there's some commonality and there's some things that we have to do slightly differently. So how do we use technology for each of these? So I've got this table here to say where technology can help or hinder. So I've got the same activities down here: understand the question, do research, memorize. So this is for homework, this is for exams. Get all your ideas down, organize your ideas, demonstrate understanding, and finesse and refine your answers. How can technology help? Well, when it comes to understanding the questions, one of the worst things you can do is race off and answer a question without really understanding it. So it's key to understand what the question is asking you, and sometimes having that read aloud to you can really help. Now that's very easy to do when it's your homework because text-to-speech just works so easily on any device, but you can have computer readers in exams that will read text to you too, and that can really help your confidence in knowing that you're answering the question correctly. When it comes to research, if you have electronic notes or electronic textbooks, or you are doing research on the internet, then you can use dyslexia-friendly fonts that makes reading easier. You can have text read aloud, which makes it much easier because it's read to you. You can change the background colour, which again makes reading easier for some. And you can use a reading ruler to keep your to help you read down the page. So these are all this is all technology or functionality that can help you when doing research. When it comes to memorizing information, there are many revision apps, but they are not included in the Touch Typing for Academic Success course, so I won't try and go into them now. But it's very important to get all your ideas down on paper. If you can cut and paste, it really does make your life easier. So you can get information from the internet, from electronic textbooks, and you can cut them, paste them straight in to your homework. But it's really important that you make it your own. You must not plagiarize. It's really obvious when students do that, and it's very, very tempting when it's so easy to cut and paste. But you must read it, you must understand it, and you must amend it to make it your own. And in some instances, I recommend dictation. Now, you've got to be careful with dictation, and I showed it to students in the course, and there's lots of great free dictation that allows you to speak, and it will create a Word document for you. But if you cannot use it in exams, you have to be very careful, and you're better off learning to type. But sometimes when you want to get ideas down quickly, dictation is a great tool because it automatically spells everything perfectly for you. But you always need to listen to it back to check that it has actually written what you said, because it's not perfect. And the other thing I would really warn you about is when you are just getting your ideas down into a Word document or a Pages document, you don't really want spell check switched on, because I see lots of students really losing the flow of information, and it slows them down because they think, well, what's that red line? Why is that there? And it distracts them from actually getting the information down. So you're actually better off switching spell check off as you type, and then when you've got all your ideas down in the document, then doing spell check. So you would do that as you organise your ideas, as you cut and paste. And if you read what you've written out loud, it helps you see, does that flow? Does that make sense? And then you can change it if need be. And to refine and finesse, you've got spelling and grammar check. We looked at vocabulary, where you can use synonyms by right-hand mouse click. You can see synonyms or thesaurus. You can look at parts of speech. I've written parts of speech, but you can see how many nouns and verbs and adverbs and adjectives you have. And again, you can continue to cut and paste and correct your document. And I think the only other area where technology could hinder is if you're taking notes in class. I do think, unless you are a very, very good typist, it's better to take written notes. And if you find that very difficult, it's good to have a textbook or electronic notes from the teacher that you can just annotate as the teacher is talking. But it's really important to engage in the class and listen to what's being taught and ask questions rather than getting perfect notes. And maybe in the evening after the lesson, you go through and make sure that you've got notes for that class and that you can remember what the teacher said. So these are all the areas where technology can help or hinder. This is what students need to do. This is where technology can help, and this is where technology can hinder. I hope you find this quick summary helpful.